Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
Knock, knock. Co robisz? Obudź się. Już czas oglądać. Zaraz zaczniemy grać. Przygotuj się na polską moc.
Polish Heritage Night here in downtown Phoenix, and after a win over the champs on Thursday, the Suns try to make it 5 straight victories on their home floor. Tonight, the hottest team in the league pays a visit to U.S. Airways Center. It's the Suns and the Grizzlies on Fox Sports Arizona. Hi everyone, Tom Leander along with the man who put the J in jump shot, EJ Eddie Johnson. Thursday, in a win over the Dallas Mavericks, the Suns broke out their orange Los Suns jerseys, and they were sparked by a guy who starred for the Syracuse Orange, Hakeem Warwick. That's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is. It's a great fit. But Hakeem Warwick, he knows how to fit in. I mean, does not get consistent minutes, doesn't know if he's going to play from game to game. But when his name is called, the professionalism is written all over his chest. He steps up and he gives tremendous effort and tries to get it done. And for the most part, he does. I mean, his energy and athletic ability puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And Hakeem Warwick was a major reason why the Suns were able to beat the champs the other night.
And still has a full assortment of orange gear from his Syracuse days. Tonight, Hack and the Suns taking on a Memphis Grizzlies team that basically, they're just a band of thieves. Number 1 in the NBA in steals, in forced turnovers, number 2 in points off of turnovers.
Well, any coach will tell you, if I have good guard play, I got a chance to win every night. And Mike Conley, Tony Allen, they get it done defensively. They are very active and they are opportunistic, and it gives the Memphis Grizzlies high percentage opportunities. Those two guys are a boatload for any team, and I think it really spurs the rest of their unit into thinking defense. And for Lionel Hollins, that is something every coach wants to hear.
Mike Conley, by the way, is the top thief in the NBA, number 1 in steals. We take our first time out here from U.S. Airways Center, then you're back outside with K-Ray and Top Chambers. They are talking about the Suns' hot wings. That's right, Jared Dudley and Grant Hill, the Suns wingmen on the other side. Talking Stick Resort and Casino Arizona is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. A reminder from Budweiser, great times are waiting, designate a driver. By Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TeamEyeDoc.com, see the best that you can see. Casino Arizona, feel the win. CenturyLink, consistently fast speeds and honest personal service. Find out more at CenturyLink.com. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at Southwest.com.
Well, the fans continue to make their way into U.S. Airways Center. It's just about time for Suns basketball, but quick stop outdoors here. Tom Chambers, Kevin Ray, before we send you inside with a play call from Tom Leander and Eddie Johnson. And, you know, you hear the phrase, TC, every guy needs a good wingman. Well, in the Suns' case, they've got a couple of good wingmen, and boy, did they bring it in that come-from-behind victory over the Mavs on Thursday.
Well, they shot the ball extremely well. 7 of 12, each of them were, playing solid defense. We know what Grant always does on the defensive end, but Jared Dudley, he's posting up now. He's got a little repertoire we haven't seen before going down low, but nice jump shot there. And Jared got 8 rebounds, too. He's really picked up his rebounding and 3 block shots. He may get 18 block shots on the year. He's at 13 right now. He needs 5 more block shots, so he's probably going to figure out a way to slide over to the blocks rather than the dunks.
Yeah.
He's got to escape that gracefully somehow.
Yeah. He hasn't talked a lot about it. But you mentioned the rebounding.
Yes.
Since February 19th, the Suns are 4th in the league in nearly 47 per game. And that's been a big reason why they have won not just at home but on the road as well.
Oh, absolutely. We don't even need to talk about anymore the fact that they lose on the backboards because they are kicking tail.
Yeah.
Tail.
Yeah,
Is that okay? Is tail okay?
Polish tail. They've
Polish
been kicking
tail.
Polish tail, any kind of tail. The Suns have had the Lakers, Clippers, T-Wolves, Mavs on their home win checklist. Will the Grizzlies be next? Stick around and find out. Tom Leander, Eddie Johnson on the play call. We'll see you again at the half.
Arizona is brought to you by 21 Jump Street in theaters March 16th, rated R. Suns try to win for March in on Polish Heritage Night. They got the win Thursday on Latino Night in their Los Suns jerseys. Starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank, home of the Phoenix Suns check card. Their 5 starters have the best plus-minus rating in the NBA. We'll show you the rankings a little bit later, but better than Miami's starting 5, better than the Bulls starting 5, meaning this Suns group has outscored their opponent by more points than any other group of 5 when on the court together. Head coach Alvin Gentry coaching his team to 4 straight wins here at home, all when trailing by at least 10 points. He has become the comeback coach, and certainly if this team makes the playoffs. Now the starters for the Grizzlies, hoping to add Zach Randolph possibly next week, coming off his knee injury. Rudy Gay is their leading scorer. Gasol, their all-star center. Spates in for Randolph. Then they have Conley and Allen, the vice grip defenders. For head coach Lionel Hollins, his Grizz have won 5 in a row, 9 of their last 10, moving into 3rd place right now in the Western Conference. And his owner, Michael Heisley, feels Lionel should be a serious candidate for NBA Coach of the Year. I would say it's a good time to ask for a raise as we check in with Brad Steinke.
Well, that's right. You mentioned the Phoenix Suns have really been taking care of business at home. Winners of 4 straight here at US Airways Center. It sort of rekindled the buzz about the playoffs. Right now, they currently stand 12th in the West. It's our Geico quote of the game, and it comes to us courtesy of Steve Nash. He talked about it's an early crunch time for this team. We've got to keep crawling back to that 8, 9, or 10 spot and gives ourselves a chance to sneak in there. Guys, it's kind of interesting, all the different scenarios. They're only 2.5 games back of that 8th and final playoff spot in the West. It seems like this team is really starting to come together, and nothing like home court advantage to take care of it. Guys, back to you.
You like their chances each, 2.5 back, playing their best basketball of the season right now.
Exactly. Look, a lot of time left. So, you just got to stay focused. You're going to go on a run. And I think that's the only thing that's really escaped the Suns so far this year. I mean, is it possible to get to that 6, 7, 8-game winning streak? That's going to get you right in there in a hurry. And you got to do it against good teams. I mean, coming down the stretch here, you got to beat some teams that's playing well.
The Grizzlies are out to avenge what they consider a controversial loss here in Phoenix in January. 2 late calls. Jared Dudley right here in a scrum with Marc Gasol. Gasol called for the loose ball foul. 2 free throws for Jared. He knocked them both down. Then later, with just seconds to go, tripped and fouled. Memphis didn't believe that there was a foul there, and Dudley knocked down 2 more free throws. Suns were up by 16 at the half of that game. They won it by 2, 86-84. Tony Allen says, we owe the Suns. Mike Conley says he is still upset about it.
Oh, get over it.
They've had a long time to stew. They've been hanging out in Phoenix since really late Wednesday night. That was their last game against the Golden State Warriors.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh what?
You don't hang out in Phoenix that long.
Uh-oh, Scottsdale.
In this nice weather.
Yep.
Having a good time.
Phoenix Suns broadcast made available in high definition by Verizon. Rule the air. Check your cable or satellite listings for HD channels. Up and away on Polish Heritage Night. It's a big one for Marcin. And 500 or 600 fans of Polish descent here.
Wow, saw him walking in. I mean, giving out the scarf and the shirts and hats.
It's not going to be a big deal if Steve Nash makes a hoop or Grant Hill. If Marcin scores, they're going to go nuts.
Well, rightly so. I mean, look, he has come here from another country and he has made his mark. And he has a lot of his countrymen and women over here in Phoenix. And it's great to see them come out and support.
Rudy Gay with the first points of the night. He's averaging 19 per. That is tops on the team. Suns go right to Marcin, the man of the night.
Unselfish play there from Jared Dudley. He had the shot, but that all goes into obviously what they drew up before the game. They knew they would have that particular look, and they got it to him.
And he pointed up to his Polish fans. Marc Gasol appeared in his first NBA All-Star game in Orlando over Marcin Gortat. I think Marcin will be extra motivated here tonight. Nash tripped up by Gasol, who actually kneed him in the thigh in that first meeting late in the game. That forced Nash to miss a game.
Look, he can almost look at you and hurt you. Look how big he is.
He's a big bear.
You kidding me? I'm talking about just need him. He's going in his vicinity.
He's not as big as he used to be. We talked about that. He used to play at 330 pounds. Channing Frye for 2. Dudley with the long rebound and the reset. How about Grant Hill's orange shoes? I saw he broke those out Thursday. I was watching the game on TNT against the Mavericks. Pretty flashy for Grant. Nash flips it up over his head, wouldn't drop.
Well, after Duke got beat today, he might want to take him off.
The Gasol inside. Maurice Spates off the front iron. He is in for Zach Randolph, who had the knee injury on January 1st, but Zach Randolph is with the team, currently working out with them, and could return to play next week. Nash dashing in for two.
Well, Marc Gasol's not going to try to get that second foul right away, and Steve Nash knows all too well why not attack the big fella, see if he can get it done.
A game of roundabout with Marcin Gortat. Suns lead Spates. A rebound for Marcin.
Always got a good chance against a guy that fakes a pass and then shoots.
Nash gets past Spates. His pass is picked off. This is trouble territory for the Suns. 3-on-1 breakout. Gay over to Tony Allen for the reversal. #1 in steals, #1 in forced turnovers, #2 in points off of turnovers.
And Rudy Gay, extremely smart and understanding the scout report. He did not want to try to attack the rim, knowing Grant Hill was lining up for the offensive foul.
Trying to line up the jump shot, and it's cleared by Spates, who came over earlier in the season from Philadelphia after that injury to Zach Randolph. He's been an excellent replacement, averaging 17 points after the last 2 games and puts in 2 past Gortat.
Look, Spates can score. I mean, you know, when he was in Philadelphia, I mean, he got off to a really good run a few times where he showed that he can knock the ball down.
Running left-hander for Marcin. He was met there by Spates, who's a good shot blocker. Rudy Gay in transition, quick fire, and goes untouched out of bounds.
Lionel Hollins scratched his head on that one. He's like, wow, maybe he didn't get enough shots in warm-up. I'm going to come down and just jack it up.
And Lionel says they play at a quicker pace now without Zach Randolph. The game has changed for the Memphis Grizzlies in the absence of Zach, and it's been very effective for the Grizzlies. 23-15, third in the West behind only Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Nash gives it up to Gortat, little ball fake, rubs off of Gasol, another left-handed offering, and another rebound for Spates.
Yeah, probably should have drawn the effort and just go right into his chest, see if he can pick up that foul.
Nash defensively on Conley. Grant Hill is checking Rudy Gay, their leading scorer, as Gasol pumps it in. Deep shot by Marc Gasol.
Well, he has that range out there. You know, he's real good with his face to the basket, so you have to be careful.
Strong start for the Grizzlies. They had one as well in their last game against the Golden State Warriors. Marcin tried to save it. Rudy Gay plows into Channing Frye and puts it in. It's a 12-4 start for Memphis.
I talked about the guards. I'm telling you, it all starts with these guards. You have to be careful when you pass the ball. Conley and Allen, they are opportunistic. They will play the passing lanes quickly.
They led 21-4 on Wednesday against Golden State when they shot 81% from the field and had 16 fast break points in the first quarter. Diving in for 2, Jared Dudley.
Conley not thinking Jared Dudley would go right away on the catch in the post, but Jared Dudley knew he had a mouse in the house. You got to go at him right away.
That ended a 10-2 run by the Grizzlies, who wound up with 32 fast break points in that 110-92 win over the Warriors. Offline was Conley. He is shooting better this season, 13 points per game, averaging 7 assists, which is 11th best in the NBA as he fouls Nash. These are 2 of the best teams since the NBA All-Star break. You see Memphis, the only undefeated team following the break. The Suns 4-1 and a perfect 4-0 here at US Airways Center. Currently trailing by 6. Channing Frye, too strong, goes off of Rudy Gay, and the Suns will still have it.
Channing Frye not only hit the rim, but he hit Rudy Gay in the face as well. That ball came off like a bullet. Slapped him right in the face.
Is that why Rudy was grimacing?
Yeah, he's laughing about it. I mean,
came off so hard. Nash creating for Channing Frye. Suns 18-21, right now 12th in the West. 2.5 back of number 8 Houston. Channing Frye hits the long shot. 2-point hit for Channing.
Yeah, they didn't worry about where his feet were. He just caught the ball in rhythm and just shot it. Sometimes he gets caught up in not making the 3.
Gasol had an open 10-footer, gave it up instead to Tony Allen. Tony Allen shoots on his way down with that jump shot.
Yeah, his feet are almost touching the floor when he shoots.
7 of 11 from the field for Memphis, 64%. 6.5 to play. Nash through the obstacle course, weaving in for 2.
That was a gauntlet, no doubt about it. He's as good as anybody I've ever seen play the game at dribbling the ball in the paint.
He had one of those moves in Oklahoma City, too, where everybody was just dizzy watching him and trying to follow him defensively for the Thunder. And then all of a sudden, that door was wide open for an easy layup. Dudley's pass is intercepted by Rudy Gay. Memphis trying to turn it into points. Bank shot for Tony Allen. Grant Hill quickly back the other way. Suns in attack mode. That was very effective in the game against the Thunder on the road.
You got to kick it up quickly. They had a 3-on-2 going one way, so if you can get the ball out fast enough, you're going to get an advantage going the other way.
Suns, very respectable 50% from the field here early. 6 of 12. All 5 starters have scored. Nash leading the way with 4 points, 3 assists so far. Great defense. Grant Hill draped all over Rudy Gay, and the misfire inside by Spates. Run out, Grant Hill, and the finishing touch. The stop and the points at the other end for Grant Hill.
And just like that, Suns right back in the basketball game defensively, turning it into layups.
4 assists already for Steve Nash. Suns within 2. Endless hot dogs, popcorn, soda, and nachos with all-you-can-eat seats. Cheer for your Phoenix Suns on Wednesday, March 14th, when they battle the Utah Jazz. All-you-can-eat seats. Those tickets start at just $30 at suns.com/value. As we check in with Katie Christensen, our social media correspondent. What's hot in the social world, Katie?
Well, as many of the Suns fans might know, many of the players are very active on Twitter, Jared Dudley and Steve Nash being 2 of those. But our own Sebastian Telfair recently joined Twitter a little bit earlier this season, and we want to give fans a chance to get to know him a little bit better. Submit your questions to me, and we're going to have a special sit-down interview with Sebastian later next week, and then we're going to air that online. And it's a nice little opportunity for fans to ask what they want to know, guys.
Sounds good. Bassey's been playing great basketball. His best as a member of the Suns over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and look, that allows Steve Nash to get as much rest as he possibly can. So Steve Nash is as happy as anyone.
Pull up Jay straight away for Maurice Spates.
Shoot the ball time. I mean, you can't let him catch it in that painted area. I mean, this guy's a very good offensive player if you let him catch it in his good spots.
Coming off 18 points against the Warriors, Nash couldn't connect. What's going to happen then when Zach Randolph returns for this team?
But as with any injured player that comes back, it's an adjustment. But the bottom line is they know where their bread is buttered. I mean, that's one of the best post-up players in the NBA. He's a guy that can get you a shot in crunch time. So although he might have to make an adjustment because they've upped the tempo a little bit, before it's all said and done, he's still going to be the #1 option offensively as they get down to the end of the season.
Gortat with a running right-hander. Sweet shot in the paint for Marcin. Starts 2 of 4, 4 points. Well, Zach Randolph was a big part of their playoff success. They won their first ever playoff series for this franchise, knocking off the #1 seed San Antonio Spurs, and then took Oklahoma City to a thrilling 7-game series in the second round. A bucket-and-one opportunity for Gasol.
Well, good touch from Gasol there. You know, it's all about taking the hit first and then hearing the whistle. You know, that's the thing that, you know, you have to remember about these great athletes is they're playing with the sound of the whistle. And so as soon as you hear it, you have to shoot the basketball toward the rim to just guarantee, 1, an opportunity for an and 1, and then 2, at least 2 free throws. Marc Gasol has his ear in tune with the official.
Became only the 3rd Grizzlies All-Star next to Zach Randolph. And you know the other, his big brother Powell. And this year, Mark making it into the All-Star game. Powell did not for the LA Lakers.
Well, Powell.
Oh, Channing almost went pow from deep. Still a lot of talk that Gasol might be traded by the trade deadline.
Just go ahead and do it. I'm tired of hearing about it.
That's what Kobe's saying. Channing Frye rips it away from Spates. Here comes Nash. Full head of steam. Beautiful pass inside to Grant Hill. A gorgeous dish by Nash.
But he changed hands, and the defender thought he was going to kick it out to Shannon Brown, and he just smacked it right to Grant Hill with the left hand. Quickly, I might add.
5th assist. Grant went for the steal. Rudy Gay into the lane. Good help defense by Channing Frye, and the putback on his back, Maurice Spates.
It's amazing when a player knows that a star is coming back into the lineup, how well he plays.
Shot falls, but an offensive foul on Channing Frye. That was another one of those Nash passes where he put a little extra English on it to the trailer Channing Frye.
But if
He'll erase the hoop.
If you're Channing Frye, though, you have to know that a charge is coming. And so that's when you have to just shoot the basketball. Take the little 5-footer. You can't just carry your body into the defender because, quite frankly, the guy should not have fell, but you know they're going to fall, so you have to be careful. Look at that pass. Harlem Globetrotter stuff.
That was sensational. Suns shooting 53% from the field. They have 4 turnovers so far, resulting in 6 Grizzly points. Only 1 turnover so far for Memphis.
He's
Pretty
officially
shot by Spates.
in a zone. Okay, can I get on the horn and sound it out to the Suns? He's officially in a zone.
He's had big games against Phoenix, especially when he was a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. He has 8 points and 5 rebounds. Suns turn it over.
Yeah, too many times.
That's number 5 here in the quarter. Inside of 3 minutes to go. Rudy Gay had that shoulder injury last season, missed the playoffs. Spates, not close. Shannon Brown has come in off the bench. Final stages here of the first quarter. Double team by 2 Grizzlies. Gives it up to Channing Frye for 3. Wouldn't drop. Gortat inside position. Now sandwich, spins and scores.
Yeah, that's good patience. You know, because Gasol had the angle if he was going to try to get it off the glass. So he had to turn his body, get the separation from the big fella inside, and then shoot the jumper.
The slippery Marcin Gortat with his 3rd field goal. Mike Conley working off the screen. Nash working extra hard, staying in front of him. Ball slapped away by Shannon Brown. Stole it from Spates. Trying to attack, cut off by Rudy Gay, who is an excellent defensive player. I don't know if people talk about the defense of Rudy Gay. His great offensive skills, obviously. Grant Hill fading in the paint.
Yeah, he leaned away, and O.J. Mayo trying to come from behind, but Grant Hill just got too much height on both of those players and dropped it in.
Last 8 games, Grant Hill has been averaging 14 points for the Suns. He has 8 early. Spates shut down by Gortat.
You know, he's really stopping himself because he's getting good looks. He's just out of gas.
And he's put up 10 shots already.
Oh, he's out of gas. He's reached his limit. His tank is empty.
Down it goes for Shannon Brown. He has added that spark off the bench.
Well, being selective, Tom, not just shooting the 3, but just being overall just a basketball player, taking what's given to him, and he's gotten it done.
He's one of those guys that can ignite big runs by the Suns with his athletic plays, with his perimeter shots, sweeping right-hander for Gasol.
Yeah, look, I love to see a shot like that, although I didn't want it to go in, but I love it when I can see the Kareem skyhook.
That was old school. 17 points combined now for the bigs, Gasol and Spates. 50 seconds to go. Grant Hill posting up on Conley. Rises up, couldn't connect.
I understand what he tried to do because he knew he had the advantage on Conley, but he saw Gasol coming over, so you had to quick shoot that a little bit. That's a shot he normally can make.
Memphis would like to get a 2-for-1 situation here. Conley setting up Gasol. And Marc Gasol in double figures with 11 points.
Your man go and help. If you move somewhere else, you're going to get rewarded.
Marcin takes aim. Soft bounce for Gortat. 24.2 to go, so now Memphis can take the final shot. Gortat, 4 of 6. 8 points.
Now watch out for O.J. Mayo on this. They love to knock the 3 down. It gives you momentum. Keep an eye on him. Don't allow him to shake loose.
3-point lead for Memphis. Final seconds here of the opening period. Rudy Gay rising up. Fires, couldn't connect. And pushing off inside was Shannon Brown. And that's going to be a loose ball foul. The Suns did have a foul to give, so Memphis will take it on the side. There is 0.8 to go here in the first quarter, and we are going to have a timeout because of the nonstop action here in the opening period. Suns trying to build off their win over the defending champs, down 3. Thank you by Kia Motors, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns, and tonight is the 2nd annual Polish Heritage Night. Approximately 450 fans on hand. They get a Marcin Gortat fan club t-shirt, early entry to watch warm-ups, a meet and greet with March after the game, And select fans participate in a shooting contest for his jersey after the game as well. We'll have a cheerleading team from Poland performing tonight at halftime. That was a crazy timeout. 0.8 to go. The mandatory timeout usually happens around the 3-minute mark or under. It went all the way to 0.8.
Good clean game.
I like those. Inbounded. Gasol, he'll have to hurry, and not in time. That would not have counted. Done with one here from U.S. Airways Center. Steve Nash has 7 assists, but turnovers hurting Phoenix. They had 5 of them, leading to 8 points for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and that's been an issue, and the Suns have to get it righted, or they can really find themselves in deep trouble.
And one of the highlights, Louise Turner singing the national anthem, the wife of Elston Turner.
Suns basketball, presented by Talking Stick Resort and Casino Arizona, is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well done,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Louise. Very talented family.
Beautiful voice.
You know, his son Elston Jr. had a nice season for Texas A&M. Markieff Morris, the rookie from Kansas, just looking for that shot to fall. Offensive rebound for Robin Lopez. He has been playing with a passion coming in off the bench.
You said it, passion. That's key for him.
Turns and fires along the baseline, and we're going to get a 3-second lane violation on Markieff of the Suns. Had a couple quick turnovers in his brief appearance against the Dallas Mavericks, as you see the Suns assistant and the very proud Elston Turner.
Well, I'm sure the bench players notice how aggressive this defense is, and so they cannot turn the ball over. Alvin Gentry's not going to stand for it. Just make the good pass. Don't try to be creative against an opportunistic defense that loves to overplay you and get in the passing lane.
6th turnover committed by the Suns. Mike Conley punches in for 3. Memphis has only 1 turnover so far in this game. Grizzlies grab that early 8-point lead. Suns bounced back. Now trailing by 6. Michael Redd.
Yeah, that looks short from the start.
Markieff still wouldn't drop. Point blank range. And fighting for the loose ball with Gasol. Goes off of Markieff, and Memphis will have it. Marc Gasol plays 38 minutes per game. Still out there here to start the second quarter. He leads the team in minutes played.
Well, what else is he going to do? Go over there and sit down?
He's a big dude. He needs a break, doesn't he? He's in terrific shape, going from 330 pounds a few years ago to leading the team in minutes played. His endurance has improved dramatically. Goes for the reversal, hit on the head, and will head to the line.
You know, I've always felt you're in great shape. You can play as many minutes as you want, especially if you're healthy. There's going to be times when he's going to be beat up and he can't play. And so when you're feeling good and you're healthy, and Lionel Hollins understands this guy should be on the floor for him. He's a good passer, he's a great defender, all those good things he needs consistently.
Text opinion poll powered by Verizon. What are the Suns most owe their recent success to? Sorry.
It's okay. You know,
I'm looking at this.
No,
most owe their
I have that
recent
effect
success
on
to.
people.
Sorry, I should have read it earlier. They've won 4, 5, 6 of 8. The players only meeting, Bones Warwick in the locker room, or Steve Nash's haircut. Text your choice to 95323 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply. You get to read it next time.
Hope it's not Steve's haircut.
How will let the fans decide? 34-26, back to an 8-point lead for Memphis. Marc Gasol with 13 points to lead all scorers. Shannon Brown fires it home.
Let me tell you something. He's playing with a confidence that's just outright nasty right now. He's just no respect for anybody.
It's his first 2 shots, and back comes O.J. Mayo, their leading scorer off the bench. They really just have an 8-man rotation right now with Memphis. They bring in Dante Cunningham off the bench along with Quincy Pondexter.
Well, O.J. can give you his number on his jersey, 32, if you're not careful.
Guy has been nearly traded 2 or 3 times, it seems, by this squad. Offline, Markieff Morris. Boy, at least he's putting him up.
But I want to see him put it on the floor and get to the rim. I mean, you know, when you're struggling shooting the ball from the perimeter, you got to just try something. You know, I mean, the coach won't get mad at you. I mean, because coaches understand that you're trying to find your rhythm. You just got to put it on the floor and just go at the rim, be aggressive.
Suns 1 of 5 in the quarter. And back to the line goes Marc Gasol, who's hit his first 3. Well, we talked about your choices for the reasons behind the Suns' recent surge, especially here at home. We're going to show you one of those choices, Bones Warwick. In case fans are not aware, in the locker room, they set up Hakeem Warwick's jersey on the skeleton with the headband, calling it Bones Warwick. And since the arrival of Bones, the Suns 6-1 here at US Airways Center. You make anything of it? They're pretty much built the same. You can say that.
I don't have any
You really hurt Bones' feelings. Michael Redd had it stripped. Suns' 7th turnover.
You know, I know even though a skeleton's supposed to scare people, I go in there and slap that skeleton. He's not going to do anything.
And you're going to have to deal with Hakeem. Marc Gasol, a ball fake and rebounded by Markieff. Alvin Gentry said it doesn't matter if Markieff is not hitting his shots. He just wants energy. He wants him to hit the boards and play defense. That'll keep him on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, you know, look, he has the ability to give everything. Oh, Robin Lopez doing some gymnast moves out there.
Run out to Pondexter. Couldn't put it in on the break. Shannon comes up with a loose ball. Michael Redd, corner pocket 3, couldn't get it. Shots not dropping for the Suns reserves here in the second period. Trailing by 9, they were down by 3 after the first quarter. Pump fake and hoop for Pondexter.
Alvin Gentry's going to get time out here, no doubt about it. I mean, the rhythm of this game is just being overtaken defensively, and he's really got to get this ship right.
Suns have only 2 points here in the second quarter. 10-2 run for the Grizzlies.
I didn't know a gymnast competition broke out, but Robin Lopez, he did his best. I'll give him a 10 on that move. Oh, I love it. Way to go, Robin.
Turnovers, trailing by 11 here in the second quarter. Time for the flyby, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a business select there at southwest.com and fly through airport lines with flyby priority lane access. Hello, Shannon Brown. 2 electrifying follows, this one against Dallas, and then we harken back to Los Angeles.
You know, I like how he walks it off. You know, he dunk it, then he walk it off. He don't run it off. Kind of like struts back. Like, you know, his feet get, all of a sudden his feet weighs about 50 pounds, so he just has to lift it up and just walk it back.
Which one do you like better?
I like the first.
In LA? Or the first one on the highlight reel?
On the highlight reel.
Okay.
Sorry, Tom.
No, that's all right. They weren't actually
a little too deep for you.
Well, the first one that took place was in Los Angeles. So you had me turn around. Stop messing with me.
I'm sorry.
I'm still reeling from the textbook question.
I apologize.
Shannon Brown, tough shot. Inside, plowing in for a pair, Robin Lopez. He is going to work in the paint.
Went up with 2 hands. That makes it really difficult to deal with when you go up there strong.
5 offensive rebounds now for Phoenix. Coming out of that timeout, they're being outscored 10-2 here in the quarter. Before the hoop for Robin Lopez. Bassey trying to spin free of Tony Allen. Tony Allen finished 4th in the NBA in Defensive Player of the Year voting last year. Overall in the league, top 4.
He knows what his role is. He likes to score it too a little bit, but he knows he's out there to defend and just create havoc, and he does it well.
He was the guy that stepped in for the injured Rudy Gay and helped lead them into the second round of the playoffs, giving them much needed toughness and better defense. Well, Rudy Gay is an excellent defender himself. Sebastian Telfair on the fade, rises up and hits.
He shot the ball well. I mean, you know, again, I think he's getting better at getting the team into the offense quickly. And so giving him a number of seconds to really get something set and not having to force anything, but his shooting has been very good.
All over O.J. Mayo defensively, too, for Telfair. Into the corner they go. Pondexter pumps in a 3. Quincy Pondexter, the former Husky from Washington.
I thought he was at the Academy Awards. He was thanking everybody. He was thanking 2 teammates over here, some fans, Lionel for putting them in.
We're going to get a D3 violation as Shannon Brown almost went for another follow crush. The Suns will have a technical free throw coming up, trailing by 10 to a Grizzlies team that has won 5 in a row, longest active win streak right now in the NBA, and they have captured 9 of their last 10.
Well, it's a great time to get on a roll, especially with one of your top player arguably coming back in Zach Randolph. They're going to be a dangerous team.
Mentioned they're third in the West right now, behind Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Oklahoma City had only lost one home game all year until they fell to Cleveland last night. That sensational comeback against the Suns. Telfair for two. And the rebound tapped out of bounds. It looked like it was Spades, but they're going to give it to Memphis.
Yeah, we had two white jerseys down there as well. I didn't really get a good view of it, but again, I like the fact two white jerseys are down there battling for a rebound.
6:50 to go until halftime. Suns 4 straight wins at home, all coming from down 10 points or more. They're going to try to make it 5 in a row after trailing by as many as 11. Currently down by 9. All poked out of bounds. And they're going to say it's off of Mayo. Bill Spooner says give it to Phoenix, but now a discussion.
I think Spooner got turned around. Yeah, that's all. Sometimes the officials just get turned around a little bit. And I think it's going the other way, but I like to take a look at the replay here. And the Suns a good defensive job trapping Robin Lopez, not just doubling, but being aggressive. He made Mayo retreat, and he almost got a steal.
Hard to see if that went off of the leg of Mayo. Memphis will have it 8 seconds on the shot clock. They get it into OJ under pressure. Fires short. Shannon Brown inside position. Loose ball foul from behind on Tony Allen. And that's going to be his second.
Shannon Brown is one of those guys that if he can get a running start, then he can get away with not blocking out if it's a guy guarding him his size, because he is just a spring. He just elevates so quickly.
Suns trying to bide their time until Steve Nash comes back out on the floor. Starting point guard for Memphis. Back out there now in Mike Conley.
Well, if Memphis scores 2 more points and the Suns don't, I think that's the time Steve's getting back in the ball game.
Inside Robin Lopez. Right-handed hook. Tips in his own miss. Second effort by Rockin' Robin Lopez. He has been fabulous for Phoenix.
Well, what he did, Tom, though, the timing was great coming from the weak side. And he was able to get the ball in his rhythm, although he missed the first one, but a good opportunity to put the second one in.
He almost turned it over. Bassey covered up on Conley. Cuts him off out of the lane. Great defense again from Telfair. Went under the screen and then met Conley at the free throw line. Had it poked away by Conley. Got to take care of that basketball. Goes off of Phoenix, and Memphis will have it. And we'll get a timeout. 5:49 to go until halftime. Grizzlies aiming for their 6th straight win. Currently up by 7.
You can sit in leather recliner courtside comfort at an NBA game in the Budweiser Thirst Row. Each game, 2 lucky winners, Mike and April, in tonight's case, are selected to sit in the luxurious seats right on the floor with access to the FlexPrint Courtside Club. Visit suns.com/promotions to learn how you can sit in the Budweiser Thirst Row. We talked to Alvin Gentry before the game. This recent stretch of nice play by the Phoenix Suns coincides with the fact that second unit is starting to play with more energy, more consistency. He talked about Sebastian Telfair finally understanding what his role is with his team. He has a feel for what they expect of him, and that certainly helped out during this 4-game win streak at home.
Thanks, Brad. Putting in a ton of work behind the scenes, watching film with assistant coach Noel Gillespie. Comes up with the steal right on cue.
And good move from Telfair. Didn't really force the issue.
Suns have turned it over 8 times so far, resulting in 11 points. Fry trying to power in. Dudley working the offensive glass. Gets it over to Lopez. Good look. Couldn't knock it down. Tough break.
Yeah, that's a good look, though. And he earned that opportunity to take that shot because he was right in the middle of the thick of things, keeping that ball alive.
Robin has a couple of field goals off the bench. Nash and Gortat will return for Phoenix at the next break. Blocked from behind by Dudley, who thought he had him clean.
Jared Dudley rarely complains. And so if you're an official, I think you put that in the back of your mind. And you say, you know what? He probably didn't do it. But Robin Lopez caught him after the ball was away, so that's not a foul. So I would probably surmise Jared Dudley did what he did, and he didn't get the benefit of the call.
Tonight's game brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you hear about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 to sign up for weekly click and save emails from Southwest Airlines.
Jared Dudley doesn't get him many opportunities to block the shot. When you take the block shot away from him, it's upset.
You know what Memphis is saying? That's just payback for those late calls that went against the Grizzlies and in favor of Dudley and the Suns in the first meeting between these two teams. The Suns 2-point win. Fry has to protect the basketball. Chopped away by Rudy Gay. 3-on-2. Back to Rudy. Puts it in.
Rudy Gay has tremendously long arms. He just reached around Channing Frye and just slapped the ball away.
9th turnover. 13 points off of those for the Grizzlies. Gortat looping the left-hander, kissing the glass.
It's hard to get there. I know Rudy Gay he's talking to Pondexter about getting there quickly, but that's very difficult when you're trying to stay close to a three-point shooter on the weak side.
Already in double figures scoring is Marcin with the 10 points. Rebound Grant Hill, fouled in the backcourt by O.J. Mayo. That'll be the 3rd team foul committed by Memphis.
You know, the Memphis Grizzlies remind me of the Seattle Supersonics of yesteryear with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. I mean, they just slapped at people. I mean, Derek McKee, they always just slapped at the ball. And what happens, the officials get so used to you doing it, you get away with fouls. And I think that's what Memphis does. They just reach all the time.
Gortat almost had a chance at a 3-point play. It's funny you bring up Seattle, too, because they were the last team to lead the NBA in steals and forced turnovers in back-to-back seasons.
Well, and throw Nate McMillan in that argument. I mean, I played with all those guys on that team, and I'm telling you, I start slapping. It's like, I wasn't known as a great defender, but I was getting away with slapping and holding people. I mean, because of the personality of your team. And I just saw a stat the other day with the Miami Heat, who is just like the Memphis Grizzlies. Dwayne Wade fouled out, I think, 2 games ago. That's the first time anybody on the Heat's basketball team has fouled out this season. That's crazy. I mean, as aggressive as they are defensively. So, you know, your personality can kind of go ahead of you if you do it on a consistent basis.
You know, they also play to the personality of their head coach, Lionel Hollins, who is a terrific defender himself back in the day with the Portland Trail Blazers. In fact, Alvin Gentry was talking about Lionel before the game tonight, saying for the Blazers, he was like the Suns' Grant Hill. He would always cover the top player, either the point guard or the 2-guard position. I passed that along to Lionel Hollins as Collins shoots a 3. He said, don't even put me in the same category with Grant Hill. He's a totally different animal in terms of his athleticism and the fact that Grant's 6'8".
Yeah, but Lionel's being humble. He was a tremendous player in the role department. I mean, he did whatever you needed done. And being a left-hander as he was, it made it even more difficult to deal with.
Lionel was talking about the upcoming addition of Zach Randolph, who went out with a knee injury earlier in the season. Again, saying that Randolph will have to be the one to adjust to the new style of the Memphis Grizzlies. And Memphis does not throw it into the post nearly as much as they used to, but you know they're going to go into the post and get those high percentage shots come playoff time.
And that's the deal. I mean, you know, Zach Randolph is going to be laughing inside when he hears that, because he knows. I mean, when it comes down to the end of games and they're going to need a bucket, he is one of the best offensive players in the game at his position. So he will be involved.
Suns in the bonus rest of the half, and now we're going to get a little stop and play. Channing Frye has some blood, I believe, possibly on his left hand.
Oh, these officials, boy, I'm telling you, they got
great eyesight.
I'm telling you, I'm scared of those guys. They can see you in a dark room. I mean, I don't even.
You can't even see it as you zoom in.
That guy. Oh, they must wear them. You know what? The officials, they probably got them super duper contact lenses in. So
that was JT Orr, by the way, who has the terrific eyesight.
Yeah.
Zach Randolph, who was an all-star for this Memphis Grizzlies team last year, putting up 20 points, better than 12 rebounds, 50% from the field. He was a beast in the playoffs against San Antonio and then against Oklahoma City.
50% is really good because he's a guy that's going to take a lot of shots from 14 feet, too. You know, he's a tremendous back-to-the-basket player. So all around, I mean, he had a tremendous year.
Partially torn ligament in his right knee on January 1st, and Lionel said it's up to Zach when he says he's ready to rejoin this team.
I like it.
He is practicing with them. Full contact resumed on Monday for Zach Randolph in practice.
You love it when a coach says that. But that's old school. Lionel played the game. He understands that Zach wants to play, but you know he doesn't want to throw him out there when he's not mentally ready to get back on the court.
They hope to have him possibly Tuesday at home against the Lakers. Forearm foul on a Gasol. Suns in the bonus, so free throws coming for Phoenix with 3:04 to go, and Steve Nash will step up for the first time tonight. He's got a couple of field goals, had the 7 assists in the opening period for Nash. Fans, Bacardi reminds you, celebrate tonight's game responsibly. If you choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi Rum, established 1862.
You know, Steve Nash is, players have basically tried to strip him by hitting at his wrist when he's dribbling. And a lot of guys have gotten away with it on him. And Steve Nash, in order to protect himself now, he kind of extends that offhand to really keep you from trying to get in there and dig that ball away.
Couple of tosses for Nash, 6 points. Suns 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 6 of 7 as well for Memphis. 4-point lead for the Grizzlies. Their biggest advantage has been 11. The Suns can mount yet another comeback here at home. Goes off of Grant Hill. They've done it the last 4 times at US Airways Center, and they have made a move here in the second quarter, trailing right now 46-42. Then 4, time for the bucket chart. Brought to you by your hometown KFC, Marcin Gortat on Polish Heritage Night. It's all about Marcin here this evening, in case you haven't noticed. 5 made shots.
All in areas where we want him to catch the basketball. And that's a great 2-man pass in there. Jared Dudley just helping it out. And then you cut into the middle, get the good rhythm, just hook it right in. And then get the offensive glass and maneuver and use your expertise to get the ball up and in, and he has gotten pretty good at that. It's a guy that didn't play much behind Dwight Howard, but I tell you, he was learning. Just going against Dwight Howard in practice every day had to make him better.
Definitely out of the shadow of Superman now. Marcin Gortat, who's been a super center for Phoenix. After trailing by 11, they have outscored the Grizzlies 14-7. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1 for Dante Cunningham, and he has that range. We saw that when he was a member of the Portland Trail Blazers. Last year traded from Portland to Charlotte in the Gerald Wallace deal, and then signed with Memphis as a free agent. Nash's pass snuffed out by Gasol. Run out. Conley tried to go up and under, didn't have enough airtime.
Yeah, he was looking for a foul as well, and Grant Hill's not going to do it.
Dudley lines it up and knocks it down. Steve Nash's first assist since the first quarter.
Jared Dudley, I'm telling you, that release is getting quicker every year.
Gasol inside position, tipped away from behind, but a foul on Marcin. That'll be the 4th team foul on Phoenix with 2:06 to go here in the half.
Jared Dudley, I'm telling you, he's proficient at it. I mean, we saw it building last year, but off the break, this is where you make your living. Pull up, pop. That's what a lot of young guys need to start doing. Don't get greedy and get to the rim. Get confidence in that little 10-footer. That's easy. Plus, it saves energy.
Suns have not hit a 3-pointer here in the first half. Under 2 minutes to go. Conley whips it over. There's Cunningham. Straight away, offline. Tipped by Dudley out of bounds. He thought it went off of Pondexter, and they say Jared Dudley's right. They'll give it to Phoenix. Well, Pondexter looks over to Lionel Hollins. Lionel Hollins pleading his case with Eric Lewis. Eric just giggles. So the Suns will still have it. Minute 50 to go. Nash gives it up to Grant Hill. Dudley, baseline, knocks down another.
That's pure, I'm telling you. This shot is pure. Get him off screens, get him the basketball.
Had 20 points in the first meeting against the Grizzlies. Hits his first 3 shots this evening. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Duds. Suns pulled within 2. Gasol, too much. Grant Hill with those bright orange shoes, sprinting ahead. Dudley circles around, wiggles past Rudy Gay. Off balance, tremendous shot by Dudley. And we are tied at 48.
Sometimes you slip on his ability to handle the ball. I mean, he's a pretty good ball handler.
Jared Dudley with 3 quick buckets for the Suns, who have made 7 of their last 8 shots. Rudy Gay Sent away by Jared Dudley, who calls it timeout. He has done everything over the last 3 minutes of this game. Knocking down 3 shots, blocks Rudy Gay, hits the floor, and calls a smart timeout.
Well, Rudy Gay has not had a good game, 3 of 8 already, and it's because of the defense from the Phoenix Suns. I mean, the good block there, and then gaining control and tried to get the foul, didn't get it, but tremendous defense there. And watch this shot. He got tripped a little bit, but had the presence of mind to kiss it off the glass. And he's in a nice little rhythm.
The block, and then that shot by Jared Dudley. The block, he never even got off the ground.
No.
He was flat-footed, and on that shot, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Athleticism, not a part of Jared Dudley's game. He is so crafty. That is incredible.
Positioning, though. In terms of his being able to position himself between the basket and the man, he's very good at it, and that's a part of his game that we don't give him much credit for. But defensively, that's why he's so good, because he's always where he's supposed to be.
This Suns defense has been fantastic throughout the course of this year. Elston Turner coming in as their new defensive coordinator. Grizzlies have missed 9 of their last 12 shots. Suns have tied them up at 48 after trailing by 11. Nash circles around. Dudley feeling it. Lights it up for 3.
He is throwing. He is rolling. A plethora of shots.
And for every 3-pointer the Suns make, $100 going to Suns charities, thanks to Valley Toyota dealers. Dudley's a perfect 5 for 5 and 11 points. Back comes Rudy Gay. And Dudley with the Suns' first 3-point hit of the night. But Gay with the answer, and we are tied up at 51.
Steve Nash looking at Jared Dudley. Trust me, he would love to get him the basketball.
Third 3-point hit for the Grizzlies. Rudy Gay has 9 points inside. More points for Robin Lopez. He has come in off the bench now with 3 hoops. Pondexter to end the first half. Wouldn't drop. The Suns will head into the locker room leading by 2.
And look, I like to start with their defense. I thought they picked it up, made things very difficult for the Grizzlies, and then found the hot hand in Jared Dudley down the stretch. And the Suns, although trailing most of this half, find themselves in the lead.
Trying to outshine Marcin Gortat on Polish Heritage Night. Both Dudley and Gortat have 10 assists for Steve Nash in the first half. Stay tuned for the Toyota Halftime Report. Kevin Ray and Tom Chambers outside. You're watching Suns basketball, presented by Talking Stick Resort and Casino Arizona.
Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
It's 53-51 at the half here at the beautiful Bud Light Paseo. Hey, CenturyLink is teaming up with the Suns to give you a chance to win a VIP fan experience. Vote after every Suns game for the CenturyLink Player of the Game at suns.com/CenturyLink for your chance to win courtside seats, in-game food, beverages, and more. A lot of happy fans, and why not? Their Suns leading the Grizzlies at the break. A timeout, and then back inside for the second half. Stick around. We'll be sure and see you afterwards on Suns Live Postgame.
And Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Welcome back to downtown Phoenix. 2-point lead for the Suns. Tom Leander along with E.J. Eddie Johnson. So the Suns were trailing by 11 points to the Grizzlies. Then they go on a 25-12 run. What happened to Phoenix? They hit their last 6 shots of that first half.
Well, they started to maybe take care of the ball better. I mean, they had 10 turnovers for the half. Can't do it. And 7 of them, steals? Got to take care of the basketball. I think if they can take care of the ball, I think they can get whatever they want. I mean, offensively, they're going to get the good looks. Jared Dudley shooting it well. Marcin Gortat, a problem in the 2-man game. But they have to take care of the ball. If they do, they win.
And defensively, they force the Grizzlies to miss 10 of their last 14 shots of the half. As we go inside the box score with Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. 52% shooting for the Suns in the first half. Had only 1 3-point hit. That came from Jared Dudley. They out-rebound the Grizzlies by 12, plus 12 points in the paint. And you're right. The only blemish, those turnovers, need to rectify those because it resulted in 13 points from Memphis in that first half.
Well, they're going to ramp it up. I mean, I know the Suns expect it too. They're not going to back down. I mean, they're going to continue to try to push it and play those passing lanes. And you just got to be selective with your passing. It can't always be a scoring pass. You know, it's like Steve Nash threw one to Jared Dudley early in the half, and then he hit Marcin Gortat. That second guy is probably going to be the assist guy. So Steve Nash has to be careful in terms of trying to fit it in against those guards.
The Suns trying to make it 5 straight wins at home when they've trailed by double digits. That would be something else. Right now, 11-9 here at home. Talked about how they're just 2.5 games out of that final playoff spot in the West. We have not talked about Minnesota's loss of Ricky Rubio, who is done for the year. That's one of those teams that's up ahead of the Phoenix Suns. One of those teams that they need to jump past in order to earn a playoff spot.
Not only a great passer Rubio is, but he was a pretty good defender.
Great defender right there is Tony Allen. You're right, they talk about J.J. Barea going in now for Minnesota. That'll be the next opponent for the Suns as they host the Wolves on Monday. But they will have to do it without Ricky Rubio the rest of the way in Minnesota.
So it'll be interesting to see if Rittenauer and the little fellow can be on the court
J.J. Barea.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the smallest backcourt history.
Yeah. Can you say post up? J.J. was fantastic, though, in the playoffs last year for the Mavericks. He's had some injuries in his first season as a Wolf. Baseline shot comes up short for Allen, rebounded by Marcin, who's had 4 consecutive double-doubles. Another steal for the NBA steals leader, Mike Conley. Spins free, gets it over to Allen, now waits patiently for Rudy Gay, who knocks it down.
Yeah, somebody's got to get back on Rudy Gay. You know, again, in transition, they're good. And I thought the Suns got back after that steal, but again, as we just saw, you can't make a difficult pass on these guys. I mean, they will be on top of it.
Dudley lost that hot hand, at least momentarily. The Suns shot 61% from the field in the first half when Steve Nash was on the floor. When he was off the court, that dipped to 30%. Rudy Gay from deep, not close.
He is not even catching the ball right. I mean, as soon as it touches his fingers, he's just letting it go. Out of sync.
Coming off 26 points in their win over the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday, and that tied a season high for Rudy Gay. Nash slings it out to Grant Hill with the left hand. Grant had 2 defenders on him. Pass deflected. So good in the passing lanes, this Memphis defense. Marcin Gortat trying to tip in the miss by Grant Hill.
That should be 2. That should be 2 free throws. It'd be interesting to see if they give it to him. Yes. A lot of times you go up and get the rebound and, you know, they won't give you the 2 free throws, but it was pretty obvious he was trying to drop the ball in the rim, and they give him the benefit of the doubt.
They're going back to this Memphis defense. Alvin Gentry talked about it, how well they play the angles and the passing lanes. That's where they come up with most of their turnovers. Suns have to do a better job maybe of bounce passes or ball fakes before the pass. Fox Sports Arizona brings you the games that matter most and is proud to be the local television home of the Phoenix Suns. And for even more information about the Suns, log on to foxsportsarizona.com. If you rank Memphis up there as one of the most troublesome defenses to go against, I mean, yeah, Chicago certainly is one of those teams, and Miami is up there.
Well, obviously Miami and Chicago and probably San Antonio. But Memphis is right there in that category.
2 minutes into this third quarter, Suns still up by 2.
You know, look, Oklahoma City's not chopped liver. I mean, it was Serge Ibaka back there. I mean, you know, they bring in Collison. I mean, with Perkins. I mean, they're very difficult as well.
Serge Ibaka. Nash runs into Gasol and then bounces it off the knee of Marcin.
Yeah, that is a great name.
And he has the other nickname, Eric Hongo. He has blossomed ever since the trade of Jeff Green to the Boston Celtics.
Well, they knew he was a better player. But I'm hoping Jeff Green gets back. That's definitely a devastating injury for him, and hopefully he's better.
Grant Hill sends it away. The shot by Rudy Gay goes out of bounds off of Grant. 4.9 on the shot clock.
Grant Hill is just giving this guy a problem. And Rudy Gay, I mean, welcome to the club, Rudy. He does it to everybody.
Yeah, including Dirk, who helped deny late in that game. That's why Roddy Beaubois ended up taking the final 2 shots for the Mavericks. Dipping in, Gasol, way short. Pulled down momentarily, it was Marcin Gortat, but hammered down by Maurice Spates.
But that's taunting. Hey, come on now. I mean, you got to be consistent with that call.
You're right, he glared at Marcin, appeared to say something. Jared Dudley flies in for 2.
Gasol, I'm telling you, he's going to get out of the way. No way he wants to pick up 4 fouls. And I'm sure Lionel Hollins is saying, I don't want you to either.
A burst of speed from Jared Dudley. 13 points for Jared, 13 for Gortat. Back to a 2-point Phoenix Suns lead. Back cut looking for Gay. Defended well by Grant Hill. Goes off of Gay, out of bounds.
Yeah, even if he had caught that, I don't know what he could have done with it. Channing Frye was right there in the area as well.
What did you make of that late in the game with Rick Carlisle not playing Jason Terry, and instead it wound up being Roddy Beaubois taking 2 critical shots and missing them both down the stretch against the Suns?
Well, maybe, you know, that's why it's hard to really get into the inner workings of the team. I mean, it could have been something Jason Terry did in the 3rd quarter. Maybe defensive breakdown, maybe a comment back to Carlisle coming out of the game. Who knows? I mean, but the great thing about it is they're not talking about it. And Carlisle's not going to say why he did it, but Jason Terry obviously knows.
Some people speculated that maybe it was that play that Shannon Brown was not boxed out when he came in for that follow crush. Channing Frye, catch and shoot. Pretty play. Set up nicely by Nash. He picks up his 11th assist.
Channing's got to take offense and space guard him out on the perimeter. I mean, he's got to continue to move and free himself as much as possible.
Gasol out on the high post. Flips it over to Rudy Gay. Right in his face, Grant Hill. Measuring him defensively. Puts that hand in the face, altering the shot. Offensive rebound to Gasol, and then the stick back from Rudy Gay. Second chance points for Memphis.
And Grant Hill's not really excited about that one. I mean, he's doing a tremendous job on Rudy Gay, but that's a way for him to start to get confidence by getting a layup.
Only 4 second chance points so far for the Grizzlies, 10 for Phoenix. Good ball movement. Grant Hill trying to force his way into the lane, throws it up, tipped out by Gasol.
Jared's got to take that shot, though, Tom. I mean, he's the hot guy. I mean, don't just cool yourself off because you missed a couple of shots to start the quarter.
It was Jared Dudley picking up Rudy Gay, tried to go to work quickly before Grant Hill could switch off. Grant has it from Nash, right down Main Street. The finishing touch by Grant Hill. Timeout, Lionel Hollins.
I mean, no one jumped in front of Grant Hill, and we all know from end to end, he is fast as they come. And the Suns just holding off a feisty Grizzly unit.
3rd quarter. Now it's time to find out what's on tap for the Suns. Sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Enjoy endless hot dogs, popcorn, soda, and nachos with all-you-can-eat seats. Cheer for your Phoenix Suns on Wednesday, March 14th when they take on the Utah Jazz. All-you-can-eat seat tickets start at $30 on suns.com/value. As I mentioned, plenty of Polish pride here tonight. It is Polish Heritage Night Part 2. This is Lucas Grabowitz, who kind of organized the last year's and this year's as well. Tell me how many people are here supporting March In and Polish Heritage Night.
So, I mean, this is a wonderful 2nd annual Polish Heritage Night. We have over 500-600 people here today. We have folks that flew in as far as obviously Poland, but also local Polish American fans from New York, from San Francisco, from Texas. So we're really excited.
And you had a folk dance team. You had also some cheerleaders from Poland that really did like a 24-hour trip.
It's quite an amazing thing. We had a group come, the #1 dance group, cheerleading group in Poland, flew all the way here to train with our Suns dancers. And then we had our 2 local groups here, one from Tucson and one from Phoenix dance, a full group for that. So that was
the fact that March In has played so well this year, but also he's very outgoing. He really goes out in the community and kind of drums up support.
Yeah, I mean, he's really beloved by his fans, not only in Poland, but really here. I mean, he's reached out to us, met with folks here and met with our kids, signed autographs, and he's really an accessible, nice guy. And that's the really great thing. He's a great player and a nice guy.
Polish machine making it happen. Hey, thank you, Lucas. Appreciate that. Enjoy Polish Heritage Night. It's quite a festivity.
Good stuff, Brad. Thanks so much. And the thing I love too about Marcin Gortat, refreshingly honest. You ask him any question, that answer is coming from the heart.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you know, that's the way to be. I'm honest with you. I told you couldn't play basketball.
Sometimes I wish you weren't.
So you know I love you, so there you go.
Grant Hill lines it up. Tipped out by Dudley, kept it alive. Dudley head fake, leans in, shoots and scores.
Yeah, I want him to stay aggressive. I want Jared to keep looking at the bucket.
Rudy Gay, 6 of 15 shooting. Into the corner, it goes to O.J. Mayo, knocks down a three.
Yeah, you know, it's always a wild card on a team. O.J. Mayo is that guy for me. I mean, he just strikes fear in you when he's on the court because you know what he's capable of doing.
He's been playing some minutes as the backup point guard, but now out there with their starting point guard, Mike Conley, who is being abused by Grant Hill.
You hit him in the chest, rock him back a little bit. See if he can man up on you. He couldn't.
12 points for Grant. Just too much size and strength. 15-footer Marc Gasol. That's a pretty shot.
Yeah, it is. Keeps it high. You know, he has a great follow through. He doesn't try to do too much. He won't catch it and try to lumber to the bucket. He's just going to shoot that jumper.
Remember, he signed a 4-year deal with the Houston Rockets, but it was matched by Memphis. And now Houston's trying to still acquire his brother Pau Gasol, it appears. Marcin Gortat doing his work in the paint. He has 15. Team high honors with Jared Dudley. Marc Gasol leading all scorers with 17. Seems like the Rockets, they want some Gasol, whether it's Marc or Pau. Marc just lost it.
Well, do to them what they have done to you all game long. Reach in, slap that ball away.
Tried to pass it over the head of Marcin Gortat, lost the handle, and now it's Channing Frye. Running right-hander.
That's a nice, aggressive move. I mean, we didn't see that at all from Channing Frye last year. I mean, that's what you have to do. Keep guys honest on you. Put it on the floor and just lumber right to the bucket.
Frye had a quiet night offensively against the Dallas Mavericks. Only 5 points. Has 8 so far here against the Grizzlies. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Suns' biggest lead up by 6. A foul on Marcin. Trying to check Gasol. That is number 3 on Gortat. Back to the line will go Marc Gasol, who is 5 of 7 from the stripe so far this evening.
Marcin Gortat not happy.
We talk about the loss of Ricky Rubio, not only for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but also it appears to the Spanish national team. Yeah. He has the torn ACL, so he probably won't be able to play in the Olympics with Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, Rudy Fernandez and company.
That's a 7 to 9 month injury. Can't come back from that. I mean, he's too young. You know, in Minnesota, they want to be very careful. I mean, you got to not allow this guy to even think about coming back too soon, and see if you can really have him probably maybe 20 to 30 games into next year. I mean, that's how long that's going to be for him.
Grant Hill on the sprint out, puts it up off the glass, and out of the pack comes Dante Cunningham, gives it to Mike Conley. Conley on the move, and that's a goaltend against Channing Frye. He's still wondering about the call, but obviously that layup attempt by Conley had hit the backboard.
Yeah, once it hits the backboard, you can't touch it. I don't even know if it was going to go in, but you can't think about that when you're trying to block the shot.
69-64. Dudley trying to create for Frye, but throws it away.
Yeah, that's not in his resume. I mean, Jared Dudley's not going to make that kind of pass on the move, and that's what I always tell players. You know, if you think that it's a small window of not getting it there, then do what you do well. And for Jared right now, is getting it up on that glass and trying to score the bucket.
Suns trying to survive 14 turnovers and 17 points off of those by Memphis. Inside, Gasol finds Dante Cunningham.
A little look away froze the defense underneath the bucket. That allowed him an extra second to get the ball to Dante Cunningham for the easiest shot he'll ever get.
After the Suns had their biggest lead up by 6, 5 unanswered now for the Grizzlies. They're pulled to within 1. They're not going to go away easily. This is a very talented and defensive-minded team. Dudley aiming for 3. Tap out by Grant Hill. Grizzlies have it in transition. They like to push the pace. Pondexter creating for a wide-open O.J. Mayo. Channing Frye takes it away from Marcin. Suns crashing the glass, doing a good job again on the boards.
Both teams trying to pick the tempo up.
Gortat wide left. And here comes O.J. Mayo and the Grizzlies. Shooting 44% from the field. Looked like he almost traveled. Conley cut off by Nash, bounces off of him and pops it in.
That's part of his game. He's really improved, no doubt about it. I mean, really wasn't a jump shooter at all his first year. He has done a tremendous job of working on his shot.
That is now a 7-0 run for Memphis. All right, the strength of Conley, who was shut down initially by Nash, created that separation. Conley's just 3 of 8 shooting from the field, 7 points, but has 9 assists. Nash leading everybody, obviously, in that category with his dozen. And he's been spectacular. 24 assists over the last 2 games for Nash and only 2 turnovers.
Well, I mean, because look, the guy is just so efficient. You know, we think he makes spectacular passes, but they're just normal for him. Just like that one.
Beautiful pass to Channing Frye. And Nash does have 5 turnovers, though, against this tenacious Grizzlies defense. Frye in double figures. He has 10. 4 Suns have scored in double figures so far. Back on top by 1. 2:35 to go. Gortat has to honor Gasol with that shooting range. Pondexter, and he travels. Grizzlies turn it over, hoping to avenge their loss here in Phoenix in January. They're down 1 to the Suns.
Casino Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Casino Arizona, feel the win. Schwartz Laser Eye Center, teamidoc.com. See the best that you can see. And by Bud Light, it's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
All right, Each, I've got it now. We update our text opinion poll. What the Suns most owe their recent success to. I got that one. Players only meeting, Bones Warwick, or Nash's haircut. Players only meeting. Oh, poor Bones. Even after we showed Bones in the locker room, he only got 9%.
Please.
Nash's haircut.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going in there and kick him down now.
Hey, don't do that. I found out who actually put that thing up.
Cool.
Strength and conditioning coach Mike Elliott.
Really?
He was the one that came up with Bones Warwick.
Oh.
Apparently it started in the training room, went to the weight room, and then to the locker room. He's kind of moved around a bit.
Yeah, okay. So they put him out here and give him a seat, let him sit out here.
That's a little eerie, a little spooky. Shot clock at 10. Speaking of Warwick, making his appearance here in the 3rd quarter. Over to Jared Dudley, pumps it in.
Keep it in his hands, I'm telling you. I mean, you know, Jared Dudley's not gonna, he's not gonna fight for the ball. He's not gonna call for it. So if you're Steve Nash, you got to just continue to find a way to get him the ball.
Minutes for Hakeem Warwick as Markieff Morris struggled again, missing his first 3 shots of the game. So Alvin Gentry again turning to Warwick, who is pivotal in that win against the Dallas Mavericks. He went to the line 10 times for Phoenix.
Come on, this guy's been doing that since he's been here. I mean, he's been one of the best per minute played at getting to the free throw line.
Soaring in, fouled, and guess what? He's going back to the stripe.
Yeah, and that's why he gets to the line. Because, despite his slight build, he just gives his body up and he attacks the rim. And that's his makeup. That's his MO. That's why he's in an NBA uniform. He knows what his strengths are, and he tries to stay with it the best he can.
7 of 10 free throw shooting against the Mavericks in only 17 minutes of play. And not just the free throw shooting, but he electrified the crowd with a hack to the rack special.
Yeah, he was kind of like sitting down. I mean, he really jumped that high. He was like he was sitting in a rocking chair. That's just, I don't hate on too many ball players. I just hate on those guys that can just jump like that. Really. I mean, I would love to have been one of those guys that can just. They did the right thing by not letting me dunk. Because I'd have been pumping my chest, jumping up and down, doing cartwheels down the court and everything. They'd have ran me out of the league.
Robin Lopez somersaults. Gasol could have taken the shot. Pondexter. Memphis moves it around. O.J. Mayo picked up by Shannon Brown. His pass picked off. Gortat tipped it away. Here comes Shannon and the Suns. Bounce feed. Jared Dudley, goaltend. Give him 2 more.
And believe me, Shannon Brown was hoping that last defender shaded toward Dudley 1 more foot. He was going to take off, but an excellent decision there, finding his teammate, and quite frankly, the right teammate, because he is on fire.
19 points now for Jared Dudley. He's been doing it all. And when he scores 20 points or more, the Suns are 4-0 this season.
What happened to all these dunks Jared Dudley's supposed to be giving us this year?
Well, we haven't had one, have we? Have we had one? I don't think so.
No.
All right, let's check in with Katie Christensen.
Well, guys, keeping with the theme of Polish Heritage Night, we want to pose a Facebook poll question. Tell us who your favorite person of Polish descent is out of Marcin Gortat, Scarlett Johansson, and William Shatner. We'll check in with you later in the 4th to see who you like the most.
I'm a pretty big fan of Scarlett Johansson. I like Martin a lot, but that's not a slam dunk.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you going to go Shatner?
You know, I like
Just
Shatner.
to be different.
I do like him. I mean, I grew up watching the guy. You know, beam down Scotty. You know, hey, that was cool.
That guy still gets a lot of work.
Yeah, I know.
His career took off after Star Trek. Scrambling Suns defense. Dudley went for the block from behind of Gasol, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
Man, you know, Jared Dudley shouldn't have, you know, look, he was him then. You got to really, Jared's extremely smart, one of the smartest guys on the floor, but first of all, he can't block his own shot. So, I mean, why even try to even go do it? You know, just stay high and don't give them momentum.
Suns went on an 8-2 run. Take this 5-point lead. Gasol, he has been the force offensively and putting up career numbers. 15.5 points, 10 rebounds, the assists, the blocks, that presence inside, and doing it without Zach Randolph ever since January 1st.
And really doing it without getting a ton of touches. I mean, he could easily be, you know, a guy that can score 20, 25 points. I mean, because he gets high percentage looks, he's a low down low, and he's got an array of shots.
19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Nash left alone for 3. Absolutely for Steve Nash. Just the Suns' second 3-point hit of the night. Another $100 going to Suns charities thanks to Valley Toyota dealers.
You want to pick anybody in this arena that you would not leave open to take a shot, is Steve Nash.
9 points, 13 assists for Nash. Final 10 seconds. O.J. Mayo leaning in. Looked like he may have initiated the contact. That's what Alvin Gentry's feeling. He is hot right now.
Yeah, he left his feet and he kind of sailed sideways. You know, it wasn't like he jumped straight up. And so the defender always gets penalized when they don't jump straight up. But it seemed like Jared Dudley beat him to the spot. And so Jared Dudley had a right to be right there, but O.J. Mayo caused all the contact.
Third foul on Dudley. Mayo misses the first. Alvin Gentry's wardrobe courtesy of the Clothery at the Biltmore Fashion Park. If you put Alvin Gentry and Lionel Hollins together, 6 different times they have been interim head coaches in the NBA. Great to see both of them succeeding. Said he always roots for Lionel Hollins, except for tonight.
And it's nice to see they're older gentlemen, so they've been around a while, because the next coach, they ever hired one of them as an assistant, he in trouble.
Final seconds, third quarter. Telfair with 3, with 2, fires it up. Can't fire it in, trying to tip with Shannon Brown. Heading to the 4th and final quarter with the Phoenix Suns going after their 5th consecutive win here at home, up by 6. Valley Room Store location for a chance to be the Room Store Court Kid of the Game. Test drive any new 2011-2012 Kia and receive 2 tickets to an upcoming Suns game. Visit suns.com/Kia test drive for details, terms, and conditions. Suns fans, go to any Phoenix area Cold Stone Creamery between now and March 16th to donate 2 or more new or gently used children's books to receive a free Like It creation with 1 mix-in. For more Suns events and promo info, log on to suns.com/promotions. Our LifeLock score by quarters each. Suns were down by 3 after the first quarter. They trailed by 11 in the second period, but took a 2-point lead into halftime, and now they are a +6.
That's key there. I mean, they've gotten better as the game has gone along. And that's good. That's good rhythm. And I think they've taken away a lot of what Memphis got early in this game. Gasol was getting wide open shots, along with space around the 14-foot area. The Suns have made an adjustment.
Suns doing a great job on the boards as well, out rebounding the Grizzlies by 16. Shannon Brown has 5 rebounds for the Suns off the bench. 8 for Marchin, 6 for Fry, 6 for Dudley in the rebounding department. Hamed Haddadi makes his first appearance to start the 4th quarter for Memphis. Robin Lopez out there for the Suns. Bassey drives to his left, flips it up, tipping Lopez, knocked out of there by Ahmed Haddadi.
But he did the right thing. Throw it up on the rim and give Robin a chance to get it, and he almost secured it.
Jeremy Pargo, the rookie from Gonzaga, on the court, running the point right now for Lionel Hollins. 6'2", 220, undrafted player who spent the past 2 years in Israel. Haddadi, ugly shot, and now turns around and speaks with Jeremy Pargo, who I don't think was happy with his shot selection.
Well, either that or he was crying for a foul. Yeah, he should have got a foul for that shot.
It looked like he was having words with his teammate.
Well, when you attempt a shot like that, I mean, you shouldn't complain to anybody.
No kidding. Shot clock difficulties for the Suns. Hack, did he get it off in time? Front higher, grabs his own miss, rammed into by Pargo, and a loose ball foul. Trying to make something out of nothing. That was an ugly possession, but a lot of what Hakeem Ward does is not aesthetically pleasing.
But, you know, he finds a way to put his body around the ball. And so it always has some kind of collision or something goes on. It's just amazing. He's a magnet for getting fouled.
Isn't he? I tried not to say what he does sometimes is ugly. Those arms, those legs are flailing. Shannon Brown, 5 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. Gives it up to Robin Lopez, trying to go to work on Ahmed Haddadi. Jump hook, just rolls off.
That's a good move, though. I'd like to see Robin post up a little bit deeper.
Rudy Gay left alone. That could be trouble. Too strong. Pargo up and under.
That's
fantastic move.
That's strong. He looks like a strong guard. He is wound tight. I bet he don't have about a half of a piece of body fat on him. Right there. Wow.
No grizzle.
I'm envious.
On Pargo, whose older brother Gennaro, the NBA veteran, is now playing for the Atlanta Hawks.
Gennaro better not bother him.
Big time three by Bassey.
Shooting it well. And he's shooting it with confidence also.
5 points off the bench for Sebastian. Another $100 in Suns charities from Valley Toyota dealers. 94 feet of heat defensively from Telfair as well.
Well, you got to give the opposite. And see, that's always been the problem with point guards here is they try to act like Steve and try to duplicate like him. You can't. You know, you got to be yourself and be opposite of what he is. That will allow you to stay on the court.
Shutting down Pargo, but he makes a nice lob feed to Rudy Gay right at the rim.
Yeah, and he knew Rudy Gay was not going to be able to elevate above the rim, so he threw it below the rim to give him a chance to catch it and lay it in. 15
points for Rudy Gay. It's a battle royale between the two smaller sized players, and Pargo and Telfair locked up right now. Lopez spins to his left, head fake, and draws a contact from Haddadi.
That's nice. Because it's nice because, first of all, I don't want him catching the ball where he's catching it. But then I think he knows he has the confidence to put it on the floor against Haddadi, who's not going to try to reach and defend at the same time. So, you know, that's a pretty solid move from Robin Lopez.
Consistently productive and definitely dialed in coming out of the All-Star break. Alvin Gentry talked about the importance of Robin Lopez, how well he's been playing of late. Tonight's game brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you hear about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 to sign up for weekly click and save emails from Southwest Airlines. Goes after his own miss at the line, and it's going to be a lane violation on Robin Lopez, stepping in a little too soon.
He knew it was long. He tried to sneak it in and correct himself.
Suns are 11 of 13 free throw shooting, 10 of 15 so far for Memphis. Grizzlies 46% shooting from the floor. The Suns right at 50%. Lionel Hollins having a conversation with some of the fans behind him as he's calling out offensive instructions to Jeremy Pargo. Not happy with the offensive execution right now. One-on-one for Quincy Pondexter. Inside position, Lopez knocked out of bounds from behind by Haddadi. We'll get a timeout here in the fourth quarter. Suns trying to win for the 7th time in the last 9 games. Laser Pass, sponsored by Schwartz Laser Eye Center, teamidoc.com. See the best that you can see. Steve Nash, no he didn't. Look at this, whipping it good. No look to Grant Hill.
Grant Hill's like, thank you. Didn't know I would be able to get it, but only Steve Nash can see through a crack that way, but then get it to him where he can just catch it. Boom, just lay it up. Didn't have to reach down below his knees, didn't have to go up high, just hit him right in that shooting zone where he can just catch it and lay it in.
One of his 13 assists tonight. 8:47 to go. Telfair running the point now for Phoenix, starting 1 for 4 from the field here in the quarter. They've had slow starts throughout. In the beginning of each quarter, they started 2 of 8 in the first, 1 of 8 in the second, 3 of 7 in the third, and like I mentioned, missing 3 of the first 4 shots here.
You got an important, I think, 2.5 minutes. You know, before all the starters come back in the game. I mean, it's going to be important for these guys to just continue to stay focused, get good shots.
This is when the Grizzlies defense is at their best in the fourth quarter, allowing only 36% shooting from the field during the course of their win streak. Shannon Brown, back iron, rebounded by Conley.
Look good, though. Every time he shoots now, you think it's going in.
Conley back cut to Rudy Gay, shoots over Robin Lopez. Hope to change that shot. Good help on Grant Hill after Gay had cut back door. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Good shot clock running down again.
This is the guy that can bail him out. Moore kills the dribble, still leans in, forces the contact, and Quincy Pondexter says, what am I supposed to do with this guy?
Well, he can leap from 10 feet away. And that's what makes him difficult to deal with. I mean, if you really want to break down the way he scores and the problems he causes, it's because he can leap at angles that most players can't. And he's so long, so what you're going to do is just reach out. And a lot of times you grab an arm because you can't get to the ball. Because when he extends, I mean, his arms are just so long, you just can't get to the basketball. So he's a unique guy.
And impressed by the fact, too, that he has stayed ready. I mean, this is a guy who earlier in the season didn't play a whole lot. Then Alvin Gentry went to him. He became the Suns' leading scorer earlier in the season, back to the bench. Back and forth, it has gone just a roller coaster ride for Hakeem Ward, but came up big against the Dallas Mavericks, has 4 free throw attempts, hitting 3 so far tonight against the Grizzlies, and the Suns with a 7-point advantage. Just never know when your number is going to be called. Pondexter wants 3, dials it up.
Okay, and that's the part that will get Hakeem Ward in trouble. I mean, you've got to stay closer to shooters. You can't give up that much distance and allow an NBA player just to stand over there in the corner.
Robin Lopez, too much dribbling out on the perimeter. Almost had it taken away by Rudy Gay. Nothing happening offensively for Phoenix. Telfair try to manufacture some points to Grant Hill. Shot clock running down, fires it up and in! Right at the shot clock buzzer.
That was huge. I mean, Suns win this game, we're going to look back at that shot. No doubt about it. I mean, that was a huge momentum killer for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Grizzlies defense in lockdown mode here in the fourth quarter. Grant Hill bailing the Suns out. Pondexter, front iron. He can score for the first time in his career, coming off back-to-back double-figure scoring games for Pondexter, working on 8 points here against the Suns. And now down low, the foul on Quincy, trying to slow down Hakeem Ward.
You know, if you want to have an opportunity with the clock going down, this is a good matchup. Why? Grant Hill knows he can get his shot over Conley without much pressure. Now the Suns, look, we've been here before with this foul scenario, right, Tom? 14 fouls. All right, almost 7 minutes to go. You got to stay aggressive, get to the line, don't start to fall away and take away your advantage.
Suns go right back to Hakeem Ward. The long reach past Pondexter. No defending that move.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, he's just able to jump sideways away from people. You can't teach that.
14th assist for Nash. Suns are going to continue to try to milk Hakeem Ward. Spinning, sent away was Gasol by Robin Lopez, who would have none of it. Suns making a move here in the fourth quarter. Robin goes to the left hand, grabs his own miss, digs in, and scores! Playing with all sorts of confidence. The passion of Robin Lopez coming in off the bench. Chest butts for Rockin' Robin. And timeout, Memphis.
And on Polish night, Well, Marcin Gortat is the celebrated hero. Robin Lopez says, I'm going to take over on your night, Marcin. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be the man right now. He is rolling.
Brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day. Fired up here in downtown Phoenix. Steve Nash, like MC Hammer once used to say, can't touch this.
No, you can't touch it. I mean, he gets in the paint and he has a good opportunity to get to the rim. Left hand, right hand. I actually think if they allowed it, he could kick it in. But Lopez right there with the good defense. And he's just playing a solid all-around basketball game. Great hustle, not giving up. He's going right at Marc Gasol.
Yeah, Nash could either kick it in or put it in with his head. Puts it off his head.
That's illegal. Can't do it, but I bet he could.
Marc Gasol crams it down past Robin Lopez, and we're going to get I believe, a delay of game warning. Yes, against Gasol and the Grizzlies. Strong move by Marc Gasol, who now has 21 points.
Yeah, well, this is where the Suns now have to worry. Their starters are back on the floor. So this is a good different defensive unit. Team Ward not going to get the same matchup opportunity he had a few minutes ago.
Back to Hack. Now defended by Rudy Gay. Head fake tipping Robin Lopez, the star of the fourth quarter.
And Marc Gasol not blocking out. I guess he's thinking of the old Robin Lopez maybe early in the year, but not the case. This Robin Lopez, very aggressive and active.
11 points, 7 rebounds for Lopez. It has been Lopez and the activity of Hakeem Warwick that has given Memphis fits here in the fourth quarter.
Well, and Marcin Gortat is still sitting over there enjoying the view, and rightly so. I think, you know, that's what I love about Alvin Gentry, and Lionel Hollins is the same way. I mean, you got to reward guys that's playing well. And right now, Robin Lopez is the best player on the floor.
Shannon Brown left alone for three. Absolutely for Shannon Brown. Assist for Steve Nash, number 15. Another $100 to Suns charities thanks to Valley Toyota dealers. Suns' biggest lead up by 11. Grizzlies led by 11 in the second quarter. 22-point turnaround. Gasol almost traveled. Loose ball picked up by Lopez. Shannon Brown didn't like the numbers, so now taking his time. Goes past O.J. Mayo. Takes it back from Hack. Lines it up. Hakeem Warwick kept it alive.
There it is. Marc Gasol looks tired. I mean, he can't even move.
Played 37 minutes so far. Well, the only backup center is Haddadi, who's played just 4 minutes. Come in off the bench with Dante Cunningham. Sometimes they'll go small with him at center. Look out, Robin Lopez. I don't know if he lost his balance, lost the handle on the way up. I thought he was going to cuff that down. O.J. Mayo, giant steps traveling on Mayo. Memphis turns it over.
Yeah, I don't know if Robin Lopez thought he was going to get hit, but I think he just missed it. I think he wanted to elevate and couldn't do it. I mean, there's a catch. He's all by himself. He was looking for somebody to push him, and he didn't get pushed. There's an invisible man in the building.
Yeah, exactly. He had a flat tire, I think, on his way to the hoop. Pull up, Jay. Grant Hill. Oof, impressive rebound by Gay.
That's a man's rebound.
Zips it over to O.J. Mayo. They work it to Gasol. He has been their force offensively. Dips in, blocked by Robin Lopez. Rebounded by Warwick. Robin Lopez doing it at both ends for Phoenix.
Staying high on it. You know, just saying, look, you're going to shoot the ball over the top of him.
Oh, got to be careful. From the blind side came O.J. Mayo. Rudy Gay zips it inside Tony Allen. Too strong. Blocked by Lopez. Another attempt by Allen. Rudy Gay pounded inside. Well, Tony Allen's going to come over here and plead with Eric Lewis. A little too late to get a foul. He thought he was hacked inside. Just the second team foul on the Suns.
Yeah, look, 11-point lead. And the Suns know that Memphis is going to ratchet it up. Right there, just a miss. I thought he passed the ball to himself. He's looking for a foul. But, you know, the key thing for the Suns right now, 11-point lead, there's a lot of time still left, 3 minutes.
A couple of free throws coming for Rudy Gay. Back to Katie Christensen.
Well, guys, the Facebook poll question is final, and apparently Suns fans are not a huge fan of Star Trek. William Shatner coming in at 9%, but Marcin Gortat, of course, taking the lead, a massive lead. 71% of fans say he is their favorite famous person of Polish descent.
Well, I can't tell right now if these Polish fans are cheering for the play of Robin Lopez as he heads to the bench, or the fact that their guy Marcin is back in the game. They should do both. That was quite a performance for Robin Lopez, who gives way to Marcin with 3:01 to go here in the fourth.
Tremendous effort from Robin Lopez. He should stay ready because, I mean, he could be called back because, like I said, he's the best player on the floor the last few minutes.
Nash shoots and scores, hit the brakes, put up the off-balance shot. Double-double for Nash, 11 points with his 15 assists. Memphis 0 for 4 and 2 turnovers on their last 6 possessions. Saul hands it off to Rudy Gay. Trying to drive on Grant Hill, smothered by Grant. Off the glass, and a foul will go on Grant Hill, called by Eric Lewis, and Grant's going to protest. That's the first personal foul on Grant Hill. Couple of free throws coming for Rudy Gay, and another gorgeous shot from Steve Nash. Down Phoenix and U.S. Airways Center, time for the bucket chart, brought to you by your hometown KFC. And Robin Lopez treating his hometown fans to a terrific performance tonight.
I thought he was the best player on the floor. I really did. I mean, his energy level was sky high. He played big defensively, got to loose ball, and was extremely aggressive offensively. I mean, you know, look, he's 7'1", he's strong as an ox, and when he extends himself, I mean, no one can really do anything with him. It's all about getting himself in position to do damage, and I thought he did all night long.
And never want to overlook the Suns' defense as well. He was a part of that, along with Grant Hill, his defense on Rudy Gay. Memphis has shot only 41% in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Rudy Gay, I mean, 7 for 19. I mean, that's all Grant Hill. I mean, he hasn't been able to breathe.
A couple of free throws for Rudy, leading the team at 19 points per game last year here in Phoenix. Hit a game-time three-pointer, and the Grizzlies ended up winning that game in overtime. It's interesting when you look at Rudy's numbers. He's not had a 30-point game this season. His high was 26, and he's had a couple of times, including the last game against Golden State, but he had a career-high 41. You would think, without Zach Randolph, that he would have exploded for 30-plus a number of times this season.
Yeah, you would think. But, you know, he's coming back from a serious injury as well. So, you know, you got to really look at that and then think that he's not 100% back in rhythm.
Jared Dudley going deep, too strong. Gortat fended off by Gasol, almost wound up on the Memphis bench. Conley driving and flipping it in.
You know they're going to make a run. I mean, that's what NBA basketball is all about. I mean, these guys are just too good. You can't hold off a team for long. So defensively, you're going to have to step it up and get some good, solid opportunities down here on this end.
Nash at the controls. Gortat trying to set the screen for a second time. Glued to Nash's Conley. Nowhere to go. Hakeem Ward. Offensive rebound to Jared Dudley. Fighting a couple of Grizzlies. Tried to get it over to Nash. Throws it out of bounds, and Memphis will have it.
Well, and Jared probably should have ripped the ball through and tried to dribble out of trouble. And he did not do it, and they were able to get a hand on it.
Dudley has 7 rebounds tonight. Crossover Conley. Nash stayed with him, kicked out of bounds, 17 on the shot clock for Memphis, trailing by 7. Winners of 5 in a row, 9 of their last 10. Have the longest active win streak right now in the NBA. 8 games over 500, third best in the West. But in jeopardy of losing the first 2 games against the Suns, both here in Phoenix. Off the side of the backboard went O.J. Mayo.
I mean, you're going to come off and be aggressive. You got to at least hit the rim.
They're shaking his head over there in front of the Grizzlies bench, their head coach Lionel Hollins.
I'm shaking my head, too.
Mayo has missed 5 of his 7 shots tonight. Nash fires it over to Dudley, lines it up, can't knock it down.
That's why I never really called bottom. But Jared's been so hot, I felt like I could jump out of my own skin.
That would have been a dagger, too. Splitting the defenders was Conley. Nash thought he carried the basketball. Instead, foul on Nash.
Game's not over. Okay? Yeah, 54 seconds here and just a 7-point lead. I mean, they score here. It's a 2-possession game.
Now Lionel Hollins wants to draw up the play with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Both teams in the penalty rest of the way. The Suns never really were able to take advantage of Memphis going into the penalty situation with about 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
But historically, the Suns haven't been able to get that done on a consistent basis. But Hakeem Warwick, I mean, got him there. I mean, so his aggressiveness in the post, the mismatch that he had, he was able to get them to the limit, and I think that softened their defense as well. So it goes both ways. I mean, they knew they were in the penalty. They couldn't give up free opportunities at the line, so they kind of backed off as well.
Suns have struggled to hit their shots late in the fourth quarter. They've missed 6 of their last 7, but still clinging to this 7-point lead. Just under 55 seconds to go. Next up, the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday. Ricky Rubio done for the year with his knee injury, the torn ACL. Kevin Love did not play against the Lakers last night because of back spasms, but he came back with 31 points, 16 rebounds against New Orleans this evening. So it sounds like the Suns will see Love on Monday.
So best power forward in the game of basketball, no doubt.
Rudy Gay defended well by Grant Hill, forcing the miss.
Grant jumped twice. That's amazing. I mean, his trigger and his calf, I mean, for a guy his age is just sickening. I mean, he jumped, came down, and was right back on top of that shot.
Yeah, that's Sean Marion-esque. Just kind of quick hops. Nash. Beautiful feed. Jared Dudley couldn't finish the deal. Jared has missed some open shots, and then the reverse right there. Nash, hand in the face on O.J. Mayo, altering the shot. Big rebound, Grant Hill. The Suns defense putting a nail in the coffin for the Grizzlies. They have not been able to hit their shots, but they rely on their D down the stretch.
Well, that's how you win games. I mean, if you're going to be the Phoenix Suns making a playoff push, you're not going to do it outscoring people. Suns haven't been able to score consistently over 100 points, so they know they have to do it defensively, and I thought they were huge with their bench led by Robin Lopez.
Down go the Grizzlies. Suns end their win streak at 5. Suns are now 5-1 since the All-Star break. They have won 7 of their last 9 altogether and 5 straight at home when trailing in all 5 games by double digits.
And again, that's a credit to the coaching, keeping guys focused, playing your bench, giving guys an opportunity to play. And, you know, some guys play one night, some guys don't. Everybody is ready to contribute. Alvin Gentry got everyone focused, and that's huge.
And a win for Marcin on Polish Heritage Night. Next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona Monday as the Suns host Kevin Love and the Wolves. Suns Live begins at 6:30. Now for much more on tonight's game, including Alvin Gentry's press conference and reaction from inside the locker room, it's time for Suns Live, presented by CenturyLink from the Bud Light Pacific.